All right, so welcome everyone to the October monthly vibe. So, what we're going to be doing today is we're really going to tune into the energy of what this October means and how we can best utilize the different energies as each week progresses of what it is that we could expect, how we can transmute the energies of what is happening on a collective level, and really of tuning in and cleansing out. It's like the microcosm, the energy of Mars, which I'll explain in one moment, and how it affects the macrocosm. So, with that being said, I just want to introduce you all to I'd like to introduce myself. I have been doing this work my entire life. For 25 years. I do have a degree in education. I furthered my studies in computer science as well. But I have, I'm the four clairs. I'm a clairvoyant, claircognizant, clairaudient, and clairsentient, and also a Reiki master for over, I want to say 16 years it is. And I do something called a Destined Blueprint session, in which we go in and we delve into the pre-birth plan and your energetic soul laws that you came here prior, before the facade, of the structure that we had to oblige into, and in order to fit in. So I am able to go into that pre-birth plan, and there's a major awakening that happens, and then we go into the essence of your soul. And what I'm doing today is I'm taking basically the energetic um, vibrations of what is happening on a collective, the collective energy of what's happening in the world. And numerologically, what October is, it's an amazing, amazing, amazing month. Why? This year, definitely we had some, and I don't want to call it tumultuous times, and I don't want to put a spin of shadow aspects of doom, because with every energetic period, there is a shadow and there's always a light. Absolutely. And what is going on this year is 2020 numerologically equals the number 4, and 4 is the energy of the heart chakra. It's the anahata, and this is the year in which we had to really open up our hearts to a wake-up call, whatever it may have been. And it seems like the entire universe globally is going through this, what we call the dark night of the soul. And the dark night of the soul doesn't have to be frightening or scary. What is it exactly? It is basically like, it's a birthright, by the way, of when a boy becomes a man, a girl becomes a woman, of when we go into these thresholds. We have these ceremonies sometimes in order to be able to honor the growth. And at the same time, we are experiencing the death of maybe our youth, of when we go into from childhood to adolescence to teenage and so on and so forth. So there are different stages, as well as there are different stages of how the universe is evolving. So we went and we were in 3D world. 3D world is third dimensional world, is when we are basically here on earth, we're measuring everything by time. Okay. And there has to be a before, a during, and then we measure our growth process according to the conclusion. Instead of actually, when we are home, source, and what we're delving into now during the ascension process, we're going into the 5D, is when thoughts manifest into reality almost instantaneously. And this shift it really started happening around 2012. And right now we all migrated into it in 2020 collectively. So what happens is that collectively, this whole dark night of the soul concept is that any shadow things that we hold inside. And what are shadows? Shadows are apprehensions. It may have been of apprehensions or feeling that you have a shortcoming when you are absolutely perfect. If you are here, if you woke up, you are part of the divines. There's the creator within you. You're part of creator. You are soul. That is what makes you an individual, right? It's the essence of who you are, is the essence of your soul. And you are body. So all those three things together is what's what makes up you. And when we are all together collectively, ultimately the foundation of every single of humanity and all souls and spiritual nature is the energy of love. And when we forget who we are for one moment, and there's a judgment creeps in, these different shadow aspects may creep in, then what happens? Well, there'll be a wake-up call. The universe will never, ever punish us. The source doesn't punish us. This is not a religious class or anything like that. We punish ourselves when we stray away from the universal law and we go into the doors of judgment, or we compare ourselves to ourselves of where we think we should have been, and we're not. When there is destiny and there is fate. So what is happening right now was actually destined. 2020 is a year of truth, okay? It's a year of unconditional love, and where we have to completely drop the masks and really work and walk in our authentic path. Okay. And if we don't, collectively, all of those thoughts, the could-haves, the should-haves, the regrets, the feeling that our choice is being taken away, feeling that we should have said something and we didn't, the regrets of long lost love, or feeling that we stayed in a relationship one day too long, whatever it may be, today is the day to let that all go, to let it completely go. Because what had happened is all of those regrets and shames and guilt and control, micromanaging every little thing. Why? Because of the fear of what? Being ridiculed, the fear of shame, the fear of what if I mess up, the fear of what will they think? You know, all of these fears compile. And even though we may portray that we don't have it, we, especially if you were born, well, a lot of you were born in the 90s, but I have people here on the call that were born in the 40s, 50s, 60s. I was born in the 70s. So when we were born in, let's say, from the 40s to the 80s, we were born during, like, it was 3D time. But yet the ones that are the intuitives, the empaths that are open, they realize and they know there was, you know, they were woken up much earlier. And the people that are born in the mid 80s to the late, well, whatever, 2020, they're wired differently. Because even our bandwidth of what we're absorbing in terms of social media and everything like that at this, like we need to be wired in a different way. And our bodies weren't made up like that. So what happens during an ascension process, and that's what 2020 was, is that we may have certain ailments, a lot of autoimmune popped up, a lot of, fatigue and other things. Why? Because the density of our old past shadow programming, whether it be family, whether it be ancestral, whether it be from society, it gets stuck in our psyche. And then what happens, there's this density, it turns into lead. And even though you say out of sight, out of mind, let me deflect and do something else, it still exists. And this is what happened in 2020. The whole world needed to be shaken up and woken up, and it was painful. That's what growing pains are sometimes. When we grow like from our knees, like our ligaments, our shins stretch and our thighs stretch up, right? Whatever that muscle is on top, right? It stretches up, it's stretching. And that's what we kind of feel at times, like we feel like we're stretching, or we have a pain here, or we're tight here. And what will happen, there are three signals that the universe will say, wake up, people, stop with these redundant negative thoughts. It's time to really connect to love. Otherwise, what will happen is, and it isn't punishment, it was this virus apparently that we all created. It's not, whatever, these theories of how it was created. However it was created. But it had to do with our thoughts. And that's what the main thing today is about, tuning into what your thoughts are, what your real agenda is, and what the hidden agenda is. Because many times when I'm doing sessions, people ask, well, I did the vision board, and I have repeated this mantra, and I do Kundalini every morning, and I do how come I haven't met my soulmate? How come I haven't whatever? And there's this frustration, because there's the agenda, And then there's a hidden agenda of the doubt. And that's the shadow. That's the shadow. And if it still exists, it actually is any time that energy, when you're close to, let's say, the soulmate or whatever it may be, it'll say, nope, I'm not ready. You're sending out mixed messages. So that mixed messages energy turns into where it suffocates us. And that's what happens. That's COVID. It really, it affects the lungs and it affects our hearts, because not to the point where we needed to really feel our true emotion. Like we needed really truly to feel our true emotion and be real, completely be real. Your vibe attracts your tribe, right? That's what they say. So if, you know, it's better to walk alone than walk with a tribe of people that are wishy-washy, right? So October, let's go back to October. October, today is 10/1/2020. It's the energy of a number 6, okay? And the number 6 is connecting to introspective vision, your inner vision of intuition, of bringing the beauty inside and out. And during October, which is a master number month, okay, what it is essentially is you get to go back to what you wanted, desired, the soul desired from in January, when we start doing our New Year's resolutions and all of our mantras. And if you guys have gone to my do my vision quest every year, I invite you all. But we do different exercises, and we're like, okay, this is going to be a great year, right? And then, ba-boom, February, March hits. March is the energy of 2020. It's a number 3 month of connecting to your inner child. And if you ignored your inner child, of neglect, of not loving, or whatever it is, and you were just like robotic, then the universe is going to wake us all up. How? In April, when boom, shut down, quarantine. I'm just giving you the rundown of what happened. Quarantine. And I'm like, oh my God, what are we going to do? And it was a lot, it was fearful. And what happened? A lot of people's backs went out, sciatic, because it really hit our root chakra. And it basically, it hit our root chakra, and we felt that we didn't have support. Suddenly it's like, what do we do? Then the month of May comes in. And the month of May, all of a sudden, we're like, wait, I have a choice. We all have choices. You know, yes, there were people that by all means, and my heart goes out and my condolences go out to the people that we have lost to the disease, to COVID and not even COVID, of any disease, of people that were in the hospital during this time. Their loved ones weren't even allowed to be by their side. You know, I thank God every day, because my father last year, he was in the hospital and in nursing home. And I can't even imagine. And my heart goes out to everyone that has experienced loss during this period. So the month of May woke us up. Month of May woke us up of knowing about our choice. And we're like, wait, we need to speak up. Where am I giving my power away? Where are you giving your power away? You're not speaking your own truth. You're acting, or you're not saying enough. And it's not about the lies that you tell. It's about the truth that you keep inside. That's what it is. And it's okay. We have our sacred truths by all means, but what happens is when we get caught up in the macrocosm of the fears of when we get caught up of the social media, even like I had to go on a complete sabbatical for a few months because it was too much for me. Even what's going on in the politics, which we'll get to in a moment. In a second. And that this just has to do with like Mars energy. It has nothing, I'm not talking about Biden or Trump or anything like that. They have their own karma. And apparently the United States does also. And if you are in the United States, I see there are people from Australia here and Africa, oh my God, and London and Italy. So, so that being said, the month of June, we realized, wait, there's something else besides this. And this is when we started going within, and we're like, oh, wait, okay, let me tune into spirituality. Let me tune into what my truth is. Then the month of July comes, and the month of July allowed us to go on this like, belief. Like there's definitely like, you know, it's either fear or faith, but there's definitely light at the end of the tunnel. But then if you have children, I have 2 teenagers at home, you start questioning about their future, about their education. And our Achilles heel is really being triggered in the month, was triggered in the month of July. Then the month of August comes, and the month of August is like fury. And we got very angry about what was happening and so on and so forth. And like, we're going to make a change. September comes, and we need to let go of, eradicate everything. Basically, when September came, which was an interesting month to say the least, every day felt like it was a month. It was like the longest month, I think, of my life. So September came, and what it signified of letting go of what no longer serves us. It's enough is enough. The truth is the only way, you know, and the truth will always set you free. And then we go into October, and this is the month of where we truly get to reset and reboot. And there will be, like, tonight is the full moon. I didn't even know that it was the full moon when I first, like, when I'm like, let's do it on the 1st. It just happened to be on a Thursday, and Thursday nights I can do webinars. So this full moon is, it's influenced by Aries, and Aries is the planet of fire and of change and everything like that, and stubbornness as well. You know, like Aries, they get their stuff done, right? And there's also Mars energy that's involved. So Mars and Aries, actually, I think Mars rules Aries, or vice versa. I'm not an astrologer, I'm not a physician, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a financial planner. I have to put that disclaimer there. But Mars and Aries, they, I guess, yeah, Mars rules Aries. And when a planet is connected to the astrological sign, it gives it, you know, it feels it's congruent with it. So it really gives it like an extra bold, and a little bold and an exclamation point. So given that this is the harvest moon, and it's a very nurturing moon, let's say, but the nurture also is of protecting our babies, protecting the me inside. And that's what the energy of Mars is. Mars is sometimes it's about ourselves and what it is that we need to change. But I need to please, I would never tell you what to do. By all means, you could do whatever you want. Don't be hard on yourselves. Don't be hard on yourselves. Because when you go back and you're like, oh my God, you know, this is what I have to let go of. This is what I have to let go of. This is what has been holding me back. Because we are going to do a little exercise. And of you writing down of what it is that no longer serves you, and what you think the hidden agenda is. What's hiding underneath that? Okay. What is the underlying principle? What is the underlying catalyst that caused you to feel that way? Okay. So what Mars does, it wakes these things up. It's pitta energy, it's fire. So we have a full moon on October 1st, which is today. And we have a full moon on October 31st, which is on Halloween. And whenever we have a full moon in the beginning of a month and a full moon on the end of the month, when we're sandwiched in, oh boy. The second one is actually, it's a blue moon. They call it the blue moon. And these are called micro full moons because they're not so close to the earth. But the moon is a feminine energy. And what it does is that the moon awakens the emotions inside of us. And given that this is influenced by Aries, then what it is, it you know, think of like when it's a high tide and we are made up of water, right? And our lymphatic system, what happens is all of the lymphs, all of the water starts going up in our head, and we can become reactive, not proactive, reactive. We bark. It's about justice. It's about integrity. It's about truth. It's about my truth. It's about getting, you know, it's this anger that comes out. So I really would like for you all to almost take a pause before speaking with others and understand that everyone is almost on edge. But given that this is the first of the month, day that you were born, and by the way, I'm doing a numerology class on October 10th, 10/10/2020, which has the same life path number as today. And it's going to be a whole day retreat. So given that today's the number 1 day, or it's the 1st of October, it's ruled by the sun. Number 1 is the sun. So the essence of today is masculine, actually. And the energy of October, is also a 10 master number. But when the granular version is a number 1, right? And that's also masculine. But 2020, every even number is actually feminine, and masculine numbers are odd. And all it is yin and yang energy. That's all it is. And we're balanced. We're all balanced of yin and yang. Even though I look yin, I'm very yang. I need to tone down my yang, and to let that, when I tune in and I do my sessions, I have to really tune into the yin. That's what it is. So that being said, this is a month of great change, of transformation, where our heart opens. Authenticity must lead the way. Okay, this is really of accepting the new normal. Why? It's a rebirth. It's almost like, we should have a graduation party. We should celebrate of what the new norm is. Why? Because we're all ascending. When I think back of how my grandparents, how they immigrated to the United States, all these things, of all these major changes, and now we're doing this globally, where we're all being affected or influenced by it. This should bring us together. But instead, with the Mars energy, with Aries, Pluto is becoming direct. Pluto is all about transformation. This is the energy that's coming in now. And that's what was going on in the debates. It was ba-boom, ba-boom. It was a tennis match that was happening, and it had to do with all of ego, all of fire coming out, instead of speaking from the soul. So there's a lot of woo-woo-ness that you're going to really you're going to open your eyes, and you're going to be like, oh my God, I'm seeing things that I never saw before. Am I going crazy? Am I going whatever? And I'm not talking about well, who knows? Maybe it is being able to do channeling. Maybe you're going to start dreaming vividly. But there is, when you surrender, and this is what it is, because there's a lot of restrictions with October, a lot of restriction. But if you let go and you allow that heart to open, and you actually surrender, you will be shocked at how you're going to be led into your destined path. Because what we have been doing collectively is we have been creating fate. And what fate is I know better. And you hear that little voice saying, go there. And you're like, I don't think so. And each time you say, I don't think so, because I'm comfortable here, then what happens? You are basically betraying the voice of your soul. And you're like, oh, be quiet. And later on, you're like, I had that feeling, I didn't listen to it. The unknown at times is destiny. And destiny comes when you're not thinking about it. It's not a plan. It's enjoying the journey. And then you get to, it's really enjoying the journey, not just existing. It's about living, truly. And this is what October is going to allow us to do. But is it going to be easy? Nobody said it was going to be easy, because I'll tell you, expect the unexpected. But not easy is actually fun, right? Especially if you're around a tribe, with like-minded souls that really see the essence of who you truly are. And if they don't, that's okay. It's all right. But know that it's you're being supported. I support you. I truly do. And from now until about January, Uranus, the planet Uranus, is in retrograde. And Uranus, what does it do? It teaches us to really be our authentic self, to really apply what we have learned. Uranus is the planet of earthquakes, of fires, of all these natural disasters that happen in nature. It's this unpredictability, why it cracks us open, so we can really not just be on our toes, on this, be on our toes where our cortisol level goes cuckoo and we're fight or flight. No, of just being, wait. It's a little push for change. You know what? You're looking at your closet and you're like, I've had this for 20 freaking years. What am I saving it for? Enough. Let me take let me just do a revamp of my closet. It's allowing real change to happen. And it allows you to find the courage, be your authentic self, so you could branch out and lead by example. This is truly an awakening time. Around the time of the 13th, the 13th of October, Mercury goes into retrograde. All right. Everyone always speaks about Mercury, right? Mercury, 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 Mercury. Mercury is the planet of communication. It's the planet of transportation. And what will be during this time, especially when there are these two full moons, and it's in the whole, and this is about Aries and Mars and Pluto and fire and all this stuff. It is advisable that if you have to sign any contracts, to read and reread, and it really is teaching us to master the responsibility of the way we articulate our divine truth. Okay, this is a huge, huge, huge awakening, and this is what Uranus is going to be doing throughout this entire month. So during Mercury in retrograde, there's a Scorpio influence on Mercury retrograde. Scorpio, it's a very secretive very secretive energy. The shadow aspect of it is like of hidden secrets and everything like that, but the light version of it is all about creativity and of sensuality, also of fertility. And I'm not talking about making babies, making creative projects. Right now I'm rebranding, I'm doing all these things, and there's a mosquito flying. Mercury in retrograde will have an influence of Scorpio in it. So it's almost like, what is the hidden agenda? And this is what we're going to be doing today. We're just going to I'm going to lead you guys on a very quick journey, and know that what I want you to do is I really want you to go within and think about what this influence is right now in October. This full moon is actually the same energy, similar energy of what was in March. Okay. Why? Because it's the same Aries feeling. Like, that's really what it is. It's not because I'm some astrologer, because I'm not. And when you understand numerology, which I'll invite you for that workshop, you'll get it too. You'll be able to connect the dots that way too. So really, it's about going deeper into your soul. This, in October. And God, there was something else that I wanted to tell you. Yes, up until it's actually going to last the entire October. Neptune is in retrograde also, and Neptune is the planet of illusion. Sometimes it's like a dreamy, like very hippie, but it's also like is this real? Is it not real? Is it whatever? Because sometimes you wake up and you're like, is this really happening? Like, is this the new reality? No, like, it can't be. And then you're like, oh wait, it is. So what's going on is like, you're basically, it's awakening the deepest meaning of your spiritual life during this period. And what it is, it's allowing your consciousness, it's awakening consciousness so that it could expand your awareness. What do I mean by expanding your awareness? Remove the junk that you've absorbed from our ancestors, the fears, from social media, from politics, from the all of these things, so you could be your authentic self. And that energy is going to last until, I want to say actually until mid-November, around mid-November. They're showing me that it's around that time. So what we're going to do right now is we're just going to go on a little journey, and then I'm going to pick somebody to do a very quick reading. And this is like the benefit of coming on live, by all means, is you get a chance to do this reading. And this is what I'm going to be doing every single month. So don't think if you weren't chosen this time, understand it's the divine choosing. It isn't me. And it's all about even, stay on until the end, because whatever message that I may channel in for the individual, for the soul, has a message for all. Okay. So just get comfortable. I'm going to put some music on in the background and take a deep breath in. And you're just going to focus on my voice. And make sure you're in a place where you're not going to be distracted for just 10, 15, 20, 30 hours. Just kidding. And all you have to do, if you've never meditated, if you're a novice, and this is your first time, it's okay. All you have to do is listen to my voice. That's it. And you can reject anything I say. You can, accept anything I say. You are control of your own destiny, of your own life. And I'm just leading by love. So just close your eyes and I'm going to journey with you. And just begin focusing on your breath. And with your eyes closed, focus on the place right between your eyebrows. We're connecting to the energy of October 1st, 2004, October 1st, 2020. And this is the same vibration as October 10th, 2020. And you can do this meditation at any time, at any day you wish. And just with your eyes closed, focus on the tip of your nose, breathing in, 2 seconds in, only through your nose, 2 seconds hold, and 4 seconds out through your nose. Breathing in 2 seconds in, 2 seconds hold, and 4 seconds out. Now bring your awareness to the top of your head as we connect to the full moon of Aries, the harvest moon. Allow the beautiful feminine nurturing energy of the full moon. Feel the beautiful light illuminating around you. Feel the auric field as if it's this amazing white halo of brilliant white light. And allow this beautiful energy to go through the top of your head. Allow it to flow in a cyclical spiral fashion. And as this beautiful nurturing energy goes down into your head, into the left and the right hemispheres, it eradicates old patterns that no longer serve you. It eradicates any obstacles that may have been in your way. And allow that energy now to move down in between your ears, filling up your entire face, into your jaw, allowing the choice to come forward as the beautiful light now flows down both shoulders and down both arms, illuminating your left arm, which is the feminine, and illuminating your right arm, removing any pain, any hurts, healing, clearing, relaxing. And this beautiful light is connected to the light all around you, to the universe and the light within you. And now this beautiful light goes down your back, between your shoulder blades, filling up the left and the right shoulder blade, the middle of your back, all the way down to the bottom of your spine, completely healing, clearing, relaxing, illuminating with this beautiful light of the Aries moon. Feeling the nurture and feeling the power and feeling the assertive, heart-based action that you are filled with now. Now bring your awareness back to the front of your body as you allow this light now to go down your throat, filling up your beautiful throat and esophagus with this light, allowing choice, freedom of speech, your truth to be spoken in the most elevated consciousness. And as you speak, you heal hearts. And allow now that beautiful light to go into your heart space, into both lungs, healing and clearing. Allow this energy of Aries, of Mars, with its transformation and this fire to clear out the inability at times to feel that you can't take a breath, or you feel that you weren't able to align with your fourth chakra. It is now clearing and healing as your heart is illuminated with the light of the moon. And as your heart pumps this beautiful light throughout every single meridian point, every atom and cell of your body, you become so relaxed as you surrender without any restrictions. And you go into the doors of trust and know that you will always be led by love. Now light up now your beautiful solar plexus. Allow that beautiful light to travel, journey through into your abdomen, go through every single organ, the spleen, the pancreas, your large intestine, your small intestine, your gallbladder, all of your abdominal organs, and everything of all the thoughts that have lived there that you've ingested since the day that you were born, that you still haven't digested. And allow that light now to just gently eradicate, heal, clear, and thank those energies that were embedded in that solar plexus for protecting you, and now it no longer has to. All the untruths are being erased by the full moon of Aries as it goes down now into your sacral, illuminating now both hips, removing any energy of thoughts of being betrayed or not allowing yourself to go into the doors of creativity, of living your purpose, denying your own destiny. We erase, we clear, as it's beautiful, glowing in this beautiful, energetic moonlight. And now it goes all the way down your thighs, illuminating your legs, down your knees, your shins, and all the way down to your ankles, relaxing, healing, and down to the bottom of the soles of your feet. And this beautiful golden illuminating light of the moon, of the full moon, the energy now goes down through the soles of your feet, connecting to Mother Earth, to Gaia, grounding yourself in, feeling supported as you connect to the first of the month, knowing that you are a leader of your own destiny by surrendering, by trusting, by doing what you love. And now picture two beautiful lights on the bottom of your feet, connecting to the energy of the divine masculine. And Mother Earth is giving us a gift of aligning the masculine to go through your legs, up the soles of your feet, into your shins, illuminating. And it's a beautiful, beautiful light. And it could be any color that you wish. And it overlaps of any places that you may have missed. And this healing light relaxes you, allows you to remove any energies that no longer serve you as it goes up your thighs, both hips, your sacral, fills up your back, your abdomen, goes into your heart space. And here, we stay here for just a brief moment. And in this heart space, allow this beautiful number 6, and I'll explain what it looks like. It almost looks like a Star of David, where there's a triangle going up and a triangle going down, and this equals the energy of Venus, which connects us to today. And you could just picture 2 triangles, one up, one down. It doesn't have to be a star. And fill up this star now. Picture yourself writing in your mind of all your truths and all that you would truly like to manifest from this day forward, as all those false apprehensions no longer serve you, and you now created space. And you could write as much as you want. You can make the triangle as big as your body, as wide as your room, as wide as the state you live in, the country you live in, or as wide as the universe. And you can continue writing and writing. And you write and ask the angels for their help and their guidance. I choose from this day forward on 10/1/2020, peace, liberation, or something better. I choose to co-create unconditional love, great health, prosperity, and I surrender to the will of my destiny or something better. And you can utilize your own words and just take a moment to write this down in those triangles in your mind. And this beautiful energy rises up now. It rises up into the ethers, into the universe. And your message is being heard. You're not just changing or transmuting and listening to your soul. You're helping the ascension of Earth. You are love, and you're sharing love. And now allow this light to go all the way up to the top of your head as you're filled with this beautiful light of manifestation of the full moon of Aries. And just allow this beautiful light to go around you. Breathe in, 2 seconds in, 2 seconds hold, and 4 seconds out. And I'm going to count from 1 to 3. And as I count up, you'll feel amazing, balanced, relaxed. 1, swiggle your fingers and toes. 2, open up your eyes. And 3, put our hands in prayer position. We bow down. Namaste.